Hey there, cactus people. Welcome back to Cactastic. Have you ever heard those care instructions that tell you to put your Christmas cactus in a closet for about a month before it blooms? Today, we're going to dive into this intriguing topic, and we'll explore if it's really necessary or just a myth. So, if you've ever wondered should you put your Christmas cactus in the closet, you've come to the right place. Let's get started. Today's topic is whether or not we should be putting our Christmas cactus in the closet for about a month before it blooms. I know this is kind of age-old information. That's the way my MMA took care of her Christmas cactus. That's what she was told to do, is to put your Christmas cactus away in a dark place, such as a closet or a basement, for about a month before it blooms. So this is usually around like September or October time period, and this will encourage blooming on the Christmas cactus. So you can do this, but me personally, I have actually never kept my Christmas cactus that way. I've always just left mine out in the house by a window, wherever, I keep them, and they bloom just fine that way. I'll talk a little bit later about a couple scenarios where you may want to actually put your Christmas cactus in the closet, so stay tuned for that. So let's talk about how Christmas cactus knows that Christmas is coming and how it knows to bloom. So there's a couple different triggers that the plant can tell or can feel or sense. And that is one, the shortening of the day length, how the number of hours of daylight are getting shorter as winter approaches. And another is the cooling of temperatures. In most places away from the equator, as the days are getting shorter and as you're approaching winter, the temperature also decreases. So the plant can feel these triggers, and that's what tells it that it's time to bloom. So I believe that's part of the reason why my Christmas cactus are blooming so early this year. I do keep my Christmas cactus outdoors generally in the warmer months, as long as I can, and then I'll bring them indoors to enjoy them over the winter in the home. And they were outdoors this year up until October, and it was getting quite cool, especially at nights. So I believe this is what triggered my Christmas cactus to initiate the blooming process early. So this brings us back to why people put Christmas cactus in the closet. This is a way to give a long, dark photo period for the plant. You only need to put the plant in the closet for about 12 to 14 hours, and then you can bring it back into your well-lit location. To me, this is a lot of work to do that, so I prefer not to. And I've actually heard that some people will put their Christmas cactus in a closet for the whole month without even taking it out. Like, it just has a month-long dormancy period. So like I mentioned, I don't do this. I've never found it necessary. I've lived, in the far northeast by the Canadian border, and I live in California now. And in both locations, I never found it necessary to put my Christmas cactus in the closet. So I don't do that, and I don't think most people really need to do that. I can really only think of a couple scenarios where somebody may want or need to put their Christmas cactus in the closet to encourage blooming. I think one, if maybe your house is just very well lit at night, and this is somehow making your Christmas cactus, think that it's light for a much longer period of time than it is, then in this case, I think you may need to put your Christmas cactus in an artificial darkness. But as I mentioned, I've never found this necessary. I do have lights on in my house, and that doesn't seem to bother them enough not to bloom. But it's something to keep in mind. And I think if you've maybe kept a Christmas cactus for multiple years and it gets lots of green growth but never flowers, then maybe you might want to give it a try. Try putting your Christmas cactus in the closet in the fall just to see if that works. But if you're new to Christmas cactus, I wouldn't do it on your first year, your first, full year, not when you first buy it, but I mean your first full year that you have it. I don't think I would put it in the closet. I would just see how it goes and see if it blooms on its own, because I think chances are pretty high that your Christmas cactus is actually going to bloom all on its own. So I hope that answers your questions on whether or not you should be putting your Christmas cactus in the closet. Let me know down in the comments if this is something that you do, or if this is information that you heard like I did from my elders. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.